these films unless you are guided. Join us for some to be decided.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of To Be Decided. I am your generous host, Alvin Flang, and with me today is...
Hi,
Alvin Flang.
I'm Alvin
Oh.
Flang.
Is that
yes, that's right, folks. It's me, Alvin Flang.
And
Wait, we can't all be Alvin Flang.
Sure we can.
Why not?
there's a lot of things we're going to be in this episode, and I hope one of them is honest. Because Ivy, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. What have you done?
This was all part of my evil plan to drive you insane.
It's working.
Right.
So I can
Listen.
take over the podcast. Just me.
Listen,
Just four versions of me.
we all know what I say nearly every single show is that there are no bad movies, just badly written ones. I think I've finally been proven wrong.
That ends today.
Yes, there is one bad movie.
So,
And it's this one.
well, this whole thing is a paradox because on IMDb, the movie we're going to talk about, this one rates the highest out of everything. Out of white guys learning the blues, out of badly CGI video game movies, out of H.G. Wells' Abominations. This one ranks the highest on IMDb, and we'll get to why that got so popular. But nothing could feel further than what we're about to talk about. Just introduce the movie already. Ivy, it's all you.
Yeah, so this movie I'd actually seen at least twice before because I discovered it
You've seen it
on
more
a
than
YouTube
once?
channel. Yes. I told you I had like a sick fascination with this movie. I heard about it on a YouTube channel that I watched a little when I was a teenager. And I haven't watched it in a while. I probably should. But it's called Good, Bad, or Bad, Bad. And they do the same thing they do on here, same thing that we do. And this was one of the movies that they talked about. And I started that video and was like, okay, I have to go watch this movie. So I did. And I was just like, blown away, mind boggled. Like, this is up there with like Birdemic and The Room,
No.
So I kind of just like got fixated on it. And I was like, this is truly like a so bad, it's like fascinating movie. There's a lot of backstory with the production, but we'll get into that later because it's nice to just know what in the world this movie is first. So I guess I will try to run through the plot as fast as I can here with the notes that I have, and then we'll address the plethora of things that I won't touch on in the synopsis.
All right,
there's a lot to go.
So we should probably have a name for this movie, though I do have a few ones that aren't family friendly.
Yeah, what is this abomination called?
It's called Love on a Leash. And it sounds really bad. It sounds really sus. And when I rewatched it, I forgot sometimes this movie is kind of sus. But
kind of.
Only a little bit, right? I should also point out that the poster, if you look up just like, the picture DVD cover, it's a very like saturated, brightly colored, like a cute picture of a girl and a little dog in a tuxedo with like a balloon or something. And it looks very Hallmarky, like a feel-good, a goofy Hallmark comedy. And so just picture that poster is what you see for this movie that you're assuming is about like, a meet cute at a dog park or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we have kind of like a fantasy Beauty and the Beast situation And there's a dog called
Generous.
Prince. Yeah. That is turned into, he was a man turned into a dog because he was, a selfish playboy or whatever. And this voice in a babbling brook says he needs to find love to like break the spell. So he goes around trying to find just any woman that will fall in love with him, but also he's a dog, so it's like, what do you expect? But he meets this woman named Lisa, and he really likes her and like follows her and gets in her car, and he's just like her pet now. And she works at a used clothing store where she shames customers if she doesn't like how their clothing fits. And then her mother is always like down her throat about like dating someone. And she has a best friend named Paula who is always down her throat about dating someone. So she starts dating someone named Frank, who basically like stalks her at work. And then she finds out he has a crazy mother who wants his son to become the president of the United States. And therefore that means Lisa needs to get her tubes tied so there's no competition. So she nopes out of that situation. And then she starts dating the guy who owns this chain of stores. And it's really funny because they talk about it like he's super rich. And they're like, he'll take you to Paris and buy you furs and cars. And it's like he owns like 2 thrift stores. I don't think he's like Hugh Hefner. And she finds out he's gay. And he's only dating her because his parents won't accept that and he needs to make them happy. So she tells him no and turns him down. And then I think it's immediately after like he leaves her house, her drunk boss just walks into her house and tries to assault her. And
Shouldn't
Prince
be
comes and
but
it's just one thing after another. And Prince chases him away.
Consent.
And she's, sobbing and,
and the
gets really
dog is
depressed.
singing.
Yes, I'll address that in a minute. But she takes a bunch of pills and tries to kill herself. And then Prince goes and finds help and gets her medical attention. And when she comes home, she's like, oh, thank you, dog. I'll always stay with you. I love you. And then he turns into a human man. And she's like, what?
So much of what I've repressed is just flooding back.
Yeah. So by this, synopsis, you think, oh, this is like the end of the movie, right? Like, she went through all that, and then now he's turned into a human, and they'll live happily ever after. This is 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
This is like not even halfway into the movie. There's so much more movie to happen. And this is where we see, because the whole time, the voiceover for this dog is like this guy that's just roasting her and is like really mean and selfish and like just absolutely just destroying her with every sentence. Super sarcastic, singing silly songs. But then when he's a human, it's clearly not the same guy doing the voice.
Yeah.
And he's like, what you'd expect for this role. He's like, my darling Lisa, He's not roasting her and calling her names. So yes, it's a different person playing human Prince than is the dog, which is why we said Alvin Flang at the beginning, because that's how the dog's voiceover introduced himself, was as Alvin Flang. So I don't know. But anyway, the next morning, Prince is a dog once again, and they realize the spell is only half broken for who knows why. But they continue to live together that way, and they have a secret relationship and an unofficial wedding. And during the day, they live as dog and dog owner, and at night, they are a couple.
Oh, are
and
they
it's very
really?
Yes. Oh, they are a couple.
Yes.
He feels bad because he can't provide for her, which I think the babbling brook guilts him into that. And there was a talent agent that approached them earlier in the movie, and he seeks out that agency to become a dog in commercials. and Lisa sees the commercial and flips out because she doesn't want him to be treated like a dog at work, even though she treats him like a dog during the day when he's a dog. So I don't really understand that.
It's just my persona.
It's just a phase, Lisa. So her friend Paula comes over and catches her hiding Prince in her home, and she gets upset because Lisa has always... I'm not sure why these two are friends, because they have absolutely nothing in common. Not that different people can't be friends, but they constantly shame each other for their life choices.
Nice.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they are close friends. But she gets offended because she thinks Lisa is a hypocrite because she's always been very, straight-laced, and she's like hiding a naked man in her home. So she, calls her a hypocrite and leaves. So she loses that friendship. And then they have a friend named Rita, who I think is just like a friend of the family. And she collaborates with Lisa's mother to like pay these men to dance with her. And she comes clean and tells them about Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they all have dinner together so they can meet Prince.
Just the most awkward dinner.
Yes, he's terrible at answering questions. And he's really suspicious. And they're really, like, it's just awful. And her mother demands that they all meet at the courthouse the next morning for a marriage license.
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately. And obviously he can't go to that, really, because he's a dog during the day. So they, see him stand her up, in their eyes and get really angry. And then Rita comes into their home and, like, harasses him and tries to, like, snoop around for, like, IDs and documents and, like, doesn't find anything. And she chases him, like sped up Benny Hill style, but there's no music, into a bathroom where he turns back into a dog. And then she goes to Lisa and says, I, didn't find an ID, no bank account. And Lisa's like, just leave me alone. And she's like, okay, I'll leave you alone forever. And so will your mother. So she loses all of her friends and her family. And finally, Prince decides he just needs to leave just so she can have peace. And I forgot about this next, like, part when I rewatched it. But he leaves and then comes back to her as a dog and gets hit by a car and dies as a dog.
Yeah.
And I did not remember that from the first, like, 2 or 3 times I watched it. I don't know why. But then after he dies, it says years later, does not specify how many.
Enough
And we
to make
see that
everyone
it's
a
like,
grandmother.
yeah, it's like 50 years later, and they have, like, cornstarch in their hair to indicate aging. And Paula comes over, and they, reunite her and Lisa. And Lisa tells her all about Prince. And for some reason, I don't know where they got this from, but he said something about, like, being able to reincarnate. I don't know if that's part of the curse or what. But Lisa's like, oh, he'd be our age now. And Paula's like, no, he would have, like, been reborn. So, like, he'd be a lot younger than us. So the next day, young Prince does return to her home. And then he turns old.
Why?
But then they both turn young again. And then they have a magical wedding to complete silence. There's no music in this movie at all.
Yeah.
But there's a composer.
The only music in this movie is during the freaking dog commercial. It's like 2 ninjas fighting. And David Bowie's China Girl is playing in the commercial. I don't know why that's the only song in the movie. But anyway, that's the movie.
All right,
That's
folks. This isn't an April Fool's joke. It feels like one.
No.
It sounds like one.
This definitely should be one.
Yeah, this is not the Reich Under Fire that we made up. This is a real movie.
This is real. I don't even know where to start. I mean,
I think the first thing for, like, a good visual is that the quality just in general is like Birdemic. Like it is very, very poor quality. So just to paint that picture, it is extremely low budget.
It's like before iPhone casual moviegoer quality.
Yes. Well, I believe, because I read that it was filmed in like the mid 2000s, but it wasn't released until 2011. So that's why it looks a little more dated than like 2011.
And
I'd probably say it like was made on like a Sony DV cam, just like one peg above standard definition, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah. And also it was before digital editing was like something you could have in your home, because everything is cut so at such breakneck speed. Like it's like you need to wear a seatbelt, how it jets you into each scene.
Yeah, there's one scene in particular that's like, I don't know why it exists. I don't know why anything is in this movie, but it's like a quick montage of her like getting ready.
Yeah.
And it's like super, super sped up, and it lasts like 3 seconds. And then it just goes back to like the movie's normal pace. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. Now, I have a quiz question. What color does the main actress really like?
Jeez, I couldn't tell you. I don't think they ever said.
I want to say brown?
This movie's obsessed with the color green. And
It's
everything
crap, I might be colorblind.
Her car is green, her phone is green, all of her
walls
clothes
are green.
all of her decor is green. Actually, every female character in this movie has a color scheme. Paula, everything is like pink, and then Rita, everything is like orange and pink, like down to their cars. Like they are like obsessed with whatever color they love.
Yeah, and Letterboxd says that this is like her genius. Like she introduced this art, and she should be applauded for this. What's the name of the director? It's Feng
Tian.
Tian.
Yes.
She's a 70-year-old Asian director.
It's from China.
And from China.
Mm-hmm.
And she really had this vision, like this Beauty and the Beast-esque enchanted rom-com with a dog that likes to sing. And there's a lot of passion from her in it. But that doesn't make it easier to watch, unfortunately.
I read today that she got a lot of financing for the film from a church in China, because she told them the movie was about like a woman finding love, like through like the power and the love and the help of Jesus Christ. And so they gave her the backing, and then they saw it and they were like, this isn't what you said it was.
This gets better and better. First of all, the fact that money was actually thrown into this is kind of surprising.
Yeah, I think in the end, a lot of the actors were paid in cantaloupes, is what they said. Because the guy that does the voice of Alvin Flang is Stephen Allen Glickman. And he's been in some like actual stuff. He was on Big Time Rush. He played Shrek in like Shrek the Musical, like in the early stages. Mm-hmm. He's been in like actual movies. But this was like very early on. And I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but there is almost an hour interview with him on YouTube where he does talk about the experience of this film. Mm-hmm. But from what I have read, someone just approached him and said, hey, you can do this movie for free, just like for fun. And he was like, whatever. And she brought him some script pages to read. But it was like written in Chinese, but translated through like Google. So the translation was really bad. So it came out like off. And so he was reading it like in proper English, just so it would make sense. And she got very angry and said, no, you have to read it how it's written. And so I think what he did was he just like flew off the handle for recording just for the heck of it. And that's why he's just like trolling it the whole time.
Yeah, that is like just one of the many weird pieces of pie that make up this whole dessert.
Also, another fun behind the scenes fact is the actors that played Lisa and Human Prince got married in real life, and they are still married.
True love wins.
That's so funny.
Did she still do photo shoots where she puts a leash on him and they pose for no one?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like barely scratching the surface.
Yeah, there's I think what makes this movie such a cult classic is that there's so many like little loose threads that every suspect thing like needs to have. Like the guy that plays Kyle, the guy that's gay, is played by Ping Wu, who you know might know from a little something called if you can believe this, he has a reoccurring role on Seinfeld. And he's in like Everyone Loves Raymond, How I Met Your Mother. He's like one of those perpetual like guest actors like on TV shows.
He's in like some action movies too. I think like random like 90s like action movies.
Yeah,
it's insane.
He was recently in 2024's TV show Secret Level. All the video game shows. But crazy, right? Like his 2008 to 2024 was he was on the Sarah Silverman program, I Love You Man, Love on a Leash, California Solo, Ron Cops, Horrible Bosses 2, Silicon Valley, Worlds Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, which is like an anime film, which is really good, and then Secret Level. Like what a decade plus in acting.
Gosh, once again, like
I want to know what union he's in.
He's in a really good one because he was in like The Hunt for Red October, Point Break.
Wow.
Get me his agent.
Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
And he got it all because of this one little role.
Yeah. He won the Oscar for Kyle, actually.
Well, I mean, that's how they do subplots in this movie is insane. Like they'll interrupt the story.
It's generous to call up subplots.
Well, they'll introduce a character, and the character will have a motivation and a sob story, and then they'll resolve it right there. And usually, how they resolve it is, you know, it makes Lisa's life just horrible.
Yeah. There's also a really great scene that I think we all have something to say about, where she obviously, you know, stops working at the thrift store after she gets, you know, almost assaulted. And she has a new job at a different store, and she wants to take Prince to like lunch with like the owner of the franchise.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's like, but it's during the day, so I'll be a dog. And she's like, no, it's gonna rain, so it'll be cloudy.
Yeah.
So you won't be a dog. And that concept does work. It does work. So he is a human until the sun peeks out.
Yeah.
But they have a really funny conversation that I know Mike had some comments about.
Oh.
But it ends with the sun peeking out and Prince becoming a dog. And Lisa gets so scared she falls in the pool and she can't swim. So he goes after her. And of course now he's a dog. He's, you know, he's Alvin Flang, you know, alter ego now. And he goes to fetch her. And he calls her a pizza-faced cinder block.
Yeah.
Pizza-faced cinder block. Oh my god.
Well, you know, now that you told me that the script's written in Chinese, this movie screams like mainland China.
Yeah.
Just from the
Yeah.
line with the boss and like the boss's wife. The boss says, "Oh, I did not know you were so handsome." He's talking to the boyfriend, and then the wife chimes in and is like, "Yes, you are very handsome. You must come from good upbringing." Which I thought was the most hilarious line to assume someone's rich because they're handsome. Yeah,
what
yeah,
what tipped me off was when they were talking about that the art hanging in their room or whatever, and she's talking about how it's like
Yeah.
this like Chinese like Renaissance equivalent artist. And I was like, this is a psyop from China. This is not real.
It really felt like she had like friends who were like, "Hey, can you like shout me out in your movie or put me in your movie?"
Yeah.
Because there's like a Chinese like fan dancer at like a playground in a park that they cut to like for no reason. There's a Chinese woman who tells Lisa like how to how to have like attractive children.
Yeah.
It's just like there's random stuff that's like this isn't really relevant. This is just like your friend,
I cannot tell you how many strangers I've asked, "How do you have attractive children?" Whispered in my ear.
What's your secret?
Like, I could spend this whole episode just talking about like the choppy 1-second edits that are supposed to tell a story that goes forward, but it's just so how bizarre, like that none of the edits like met with the other edits to make an actual story. Like Lisa's getting dressed for something, and the logical next scene would be tell her what she's getting so dressed up for, but it cuts to her just lying on the couch just talking to the dog, and it's like that is just so insane. Why? Like,
One of my favorite scenes is towards the beginning, before she knows that, it's like an enchanted human. And they go clothing shopping, and they're again at like a thrift store. And there's a bunch of clothes in a pile, like on a tarp on the ground, and everyone is like pawing through them. And the dog walks up and like sticks his nose in it. So the guy that's like hawking the clothes kicks the dog and like berates her for like getting the nasty dog in his clothes, and it's like you're the one that poured them all on the floor.
yes.
And then she tries to prove that Prince is intelligent by making him like make an outfit, and everyone is like blown
Starts
away.
clapping.
Like,
yeah.
that's when the talent agent walks up and he's like, "Ma'am, your dog has such potential."
Pretty sure my dog just put something in his mouth, which dogs do.
I don't know, the clothes probably still had some peanut butter on them or something.
Yeah. I mean, before I saw like the deep dive into this movie, I had to know why 760 people gave it perfect 10s on IMDb, rating it the highest movie we've ever seen. And there's a YouTuber named Ralph the Movie Maker who, when he saw this, he did a review of it, talks about the whole movie. He's hilarious, his takes on this. And he got 1 million views. And at the end of his video, he says, "Go on IMDb right now, give it a perfect 10. This movie deserves all your love." And so,
And they did.
yes, and he's the one to blame for why this is such a cult classic.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I guess the Cash Storm director learned how to balance stuff from the best.
Yeah.
I feel like this is on another level from like anything we've ever watched.
Yeah.
Just as far as like quality and insanity.
Like, what is the closest thing that we've seen that's would you say that Adventures Grimm is
Oh no.
even the closest maybe to this.
I can't
No,
even think of a comparison.
werewolf Santa werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Even that had a relatively coherent plot, though. Like,
Yeah, I guess just like
Scripted in
it was
English.
dumb,
production,
but it wasn't.
like production
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
for anyone who's seen Birdemic or The Room, you always get
Yeah.
that idea, like this is an alien who's trying to imitate what he thinks humans are doing. And that's exactly the feeling of this movie. Is someone and I heard another theory too. One is that she turned this into the studio and they're like, "Oh, this is too serious. Make the dog sing." But I don't think that's true. I think she had that plan from the start. Which is why after she's getting assaulted, the dog starts singing to her, "I'm king of the castle. I'm still in the house." Doo, doo, doo. While she's crying because she was assaulted.
I highly encourage people to at least Google the clips of Alvin Flang on YouTube,
Yes.
just to understand what we're talking about. Because it is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. Because you have to understand the attitude of this dog versus the human prince, because it is the most hilarious thing. I almost choked on my food I was eating because there's a scene at the beginning where she's like changing clothes in front of the dog and she's like in a sports bra and she goes, "What are you looking at?" And the voiceover goes, "Not much."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
dang, that's crazy.
This movie's historical because it's the first movie to make a dog look like a jerk.
Mm.
The only movie where you're happy the dog died.
Yes.
Kind of
The
a
one movie
reverse,
where people cheered when the dog got hit by a car.
a
Yeah,
reverse
everyone
Gold Zeller.
cheers. Oh,
There's like I can't tell people, like if you go to the Letterboxd, you get like reviews that are perfect, like 5 stars. Like I get it. She's just making a movie about her love for dogs. And then the next review is like, the most unrealistic thing is that she prays to God because I don't believe there's a God in this universe. And it's just like you cannot be in the middle on this movie. You either love it or it's the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that kind of leads naturally into the conversation. Is this a good, bad movie?
I would say like unanimously yes,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Like, what makes it, why?
Why?
Well, I feel like, there's the bad movies that are just like boring bad because you need something that's like, again, this level of like just complete madness and like, what is going on? Am I having a stroke? Like, just whether, obviously not really intentional, the dedication to every single element being as bad as possible, not on purpose, is the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
so pure.
Right. And that's like the skill it takes to ruin every part of cinema is like
Right.
worth watching. But at the same time, as I'm watching this, I kept looking at the time bar at the bottom. And I'm like, oh, someone please talk to me. I need a human. I need to feel things. 'Cause this movie makes me feel cold and alone.
Well, like for me, what makes a good bad movie is like when something is like really earnestly like made, or like something is made with like really good intentions, but there are just fundamental like issues of skill that
Right.
like make it impossible to achieve. And I I just I maybe I have to watch it again, but I can't tell if
Don't.
there's that like if Fen Tian is like trying to make something good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like she
No,
wants like it when you watch The Room, like Tommy Wiseau thinks he's making something good.
Right.
yeah.
Uh but like but I don't, is it any worse than Don't Mess with Grandma? Right? Like they like the production on that is you know astronomically better, which is crazy. But I I the love for the game of cinema I feel like isn't there for both
Yeah.
directors. I don't know. It's hard. It's just hard.
Uh,
Well, it's a good bad movie on the same level as like, Birdemic, The Room, Miami Connection, whatever,
Mm,
in terms of like entertainment value. But as far as like the actual characters in it being somewhat likable or charming, that part isn't really there.
yeah.
Like it's not something where it's like, oh, like, I hate this movie, but like I want to live in the universe. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's not that element to it.
Right.
It's just as funny as other bad movies. It's not necessarily as like lovable.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not meant to entertain, and it's not meant to enrich your life as much as
Right.
it's like a freakish sideshow that you can't look away from. Like you're driving down the
Yeah.
street and you see a burning car with clowns on fire coming out of it. And you just like, that's so beautiful yet so wrong. I mean, that's this movie.
Yeah. Precisely.
Like
I think what just
mm,
fascinated me about it was just the I guess the nerve. I don't know because again,
the
it
audacity.
it could easily be yeah, it could easily be just a really bland, basic, little movie. But they said no, we're gonna have like all this dramatic stuff happen, and then we're gonna go into the specifics of how that would work in that relationship, trying to explain this relationship to other people and how it would work like fundamentally and like emotionally. Like they went with like they committed to the bit to the very end. It was just like, no, we're gonna take this all the way to like the end of it.
Yeah. Everyone is dialed up to 11, but in different genres. Um, like
Yeah.
there's a YouTube, like that auntie that wears orange. She's a YouTube children's star, dialed up to 11. There's the mom who's like part of a horror movie that forces her daughters to have children at gunpoint. Um, I mean, just everyone is like in their own genre and like on Red Bull.
Yeah.
It's so hard to map in your brain. You're like
Yeah.
this. Your brain keeps rejecting it as like a reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Uh,
a fever dream experience.
we thought War of the Worlds was made by AI, but like
Yeah.
this was definitely made by a computer that did not understand the world.
So maybe it makes it easier to talk about it with if I give you guys a scale. So like the 10 on the scale is The Room, right? And
Mhm.
1 on this scale is I don't know. I I would say what was that? What was that like movie that we saw with the Mad Hatter and stuff.
Adventures Grim.
Yeah, Avengers Grimm
Avengers Grimm.
is like a 1, right? And
So 10 is good?
like of bad movies, like good bad movies.
A good
And
bad
like
movie.
and like Master of Disguise is like a 5. Where does this fall?
Wow.
I'm like a solid 9, I'd say 9.5.
9.5.
Like
Wow.
maybe even a 10. I mean,
Yeah.
just as far as the badness of it.
Yeah, like I do feel like there's still a cynical aspect to something like Master of Disguise, right? Where they're trying to make something good, but like trying to make they're trying to make a buck, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas this movie doesn't have that, right? Like it's not trying, like it's not selling out its artistic vision.
Well, I
Right.
mean, they do
It's
have the
just
composer Selena Dion. That's one of the credits. Selena Dion. She worked on the music. Yeah, which does not exist.
What music? What music?
Yeah,
Apparently, there's an
Kinda
uncut
gross,
version
though.
with music. That's what the urban legends say.
Oh,
that's what the urge.
it's like the butthole cut of cat.
Yeah, I agree. I think I may have maybe more land on 8. I think its nonsensicalness kind of is a little too much for me, and the sound editing, the voiceover work is just a little too bad. I think it was like a little bit better. But like, yeah, like 8.5 for me. What do you guys think?
Solid.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, in the world of like really, really bad movies, it's a case of like to each their own. You can't criticize someone. It's like it's a bad movie. What are you going to say? Like,
See, I was not in the right headspace because I was looking at the DVD cover and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be Hallmark cornball trash. It's going to be cutesy. We're going to be making fun of it. But then what hit me, like, threw me so off guard that I kept thinking, is Ivy wrong? Am I wrong? Am I looking at this wrong? Someone's wrong. Because this cannot be good. There's something wrong with me. So I was too busy like questioning my own reality. If you had told me, oh, like there's this flaming trash barrel of wild wackiness and over the top acting where a woman has romantic relations with her dog because everyone keeps assaulting her, and I'd be like, oh yeah, my brain's ready for that. I have to put
it just like slaps you in the face.
Yeah, I have to put it below Master of Disguise just because of the headspace I was in and the ill preparation. If I was in a group and we were watching this like casually and like with the ability, like not as film reviewers, but the ability just to hose it and just talk down to it, I think I'd have a much better time. But I was like trying to find the Scorsese moments and trying to see how Ivy's mind works, whose movie your movie tastes are like, they have like this artistic cultural pop culture 80s vibe to it. So I'm like, this has to have that in here. I mean, she wouldn't just throw us out in the deep end.
That's so funny. What about you, Vic? Where do you put it?
Well, Mike, you are not alone on this side of Master of Disguise. By the way, good baseline.
Yeah. Thanks
for establishing. The rules, the boundaries. Oof. To say that this would be a bad movie for me would be kind, because it's barely a movie to begin with. Again, just when I started watching the first 5 minutes of it, just the lack of a total soundtrack had me nonplussed. Like, I was picking up my remote and backing up like, okay, something's wrong. Like my internet's, it's not loading correctly. Oh no, that's the actual movie. Okay, we're doing this.
Right.
Oh.
If it came out today that the no soundtrack was an intentional decision by the director, would it improve your feelings about this movie?
No.
I
I can't.
I would just be
Mike,
like, 824, you did it again.
You did.
Mike, that headspace that you were in when you first started watching the movie, that's called a rational state of mind.
100%.
Okay? You have to completely check out and just not try to parse anything together in order to just watch the movie, because I didn't find the hyperbole in the voiceover dog character and human prince. I didn't find that particularly entertaining. I mean, it was like, okay, is he like riffing on his own movie while he's making it? Like, what is going on here? Like, is this a riff tracks in the making?
Yeah.
I thought it was an improviser who's just given the mic while the dog's on.
Oh my gosh.
Now with all the given context of how this movie was made, why it was made, the choices that the director made, and how the dog voice actor just kind of wung it and did his own thing when handed a script full of Mandarin. Yeah, I might have enjoyed it a little bit.
Yes.
Oh man. So
you know how at bars, like if you're in trouble, you can order a special drink which gets like the authorities called? Like, if anyone's ever in danger in their life, play this movie in the background and I will know.
Have you been
I'll know to
kidnapped?
call the police.
That's so great.
That's
You're
our
being
safe
held at
phrase.
gunpoint.
Love on a leash. Love on a leash.
Before you shoot me, let me just play this Tubi movie. Well,
Oh my god.
Any last words?
you know what's crazy? The you know how they have the countdown to the commercials.
Yeah. You were
Like
looking
relief
forward to
would
them?
wash over
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
because I'm like, something that makes sense is about to play. I know it's like a Mitsubishi commercial, but
back to reality.
When the commercials are a reward. Mike, guys and friends, I know we usually like to play a game about doing the reviews and stuff. I hope that somebody looked at some reviews, but I have a new game that I'd like to bring to the table, if that's all right, and maybe we can start landing the plane with this, if everyone's on board with that.
Absolutely.
I'm down.
So so this movie came out in 2011, and it was released in 2011 at least. Here are the big movies that came out this year that won Best Picture: The King's Speech, Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, Winter's Bone, all fantastic movies. I wouldn't dare in the same breath talk about Love on a Leash with any of those movies. But I do have a list of the 10 highest grossing movies from 2011, and I want you guys to tell me if you would rather see one of the highest grossing films of 2011 or Love on a Leash. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Do it.
Okay, coming in at number 10. Would you rather see Love on a Leash or Thor?
Love on a Leash.
Oh, Thor,
Thor.
hands down.
Thor. Okay,
Hammers up.
number
Man,
down.
I'm a DC fan, and I said that.
but how close is it?
Yes. I don't know if a friend had Love on a Leash in one hand and Thor on the other, I would just grab the Thor hand and
Okay,
Run.
okay. Number 9, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows, the sequel.
that one.
Love on a Leash.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
didn't even
Still-
understand the plot
still
of
that
that
one.
movie.
Okay. Cars 2, number 8.
Love on a Leash.
Hmm.
I don't know. Not really into sequels.
Why is Cars 2 the one you're struggling with?
I mean,
there's a,
they kind of get rid of the original canon about being in a small town and it's about spies. It's kind of a letdown. I don't know.
Yeah.
50-50 on Love on a Leash.
Wow.
Vic, what are you picking?
I'll just look at a blank wall at that point.
The hate on Cars 2 is crazy.
I just want to say you guys struggled between choosing those two. Cars 2 grossed $191 million.
Yeah, for the kids.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it didn't have a very good PS3, Xbox 360 release. I mean,
fair. Okay, number 7, Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. I feel like that's easy.
yeah, that one. I gotta watch that one.
Yeah, Vic.
I'm not a big Tom Cruise
Fair.
Mission Impossible fan.
Fair.
Same.
I'll watch Love on a Leash, but I'll probably have my phone with me still.
Fair.
But you won't enjoy it.
Fair. Fast 5 is number 6.
Fast 5.
For family.
I don't know. I think Love on a Leash is a little bit more charming.
But Mike, family.
Do you want family or dog romance?
It's disturbing how close some of these decisions are, really.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you keep going.
Okay. This is where it gets good on the list, I think. Number 5, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Oh,
Love on a Leash.
my sister told me to avoid that, and she didn't say anything about Love on a Leash. So,
Vic?
If no one in your life has told you to avoid Love on a Leash, that means
You're
it's
hard.
okay for you.
Note that movie grossed $241 million. Okay.
can't tell if that's a lot anymore.
Well, it's about $241 million more dollars than Love on a Leash.
I don't know. With the way people talk about it, you think this director is like sitting on a gold throne right now. I mean,
Okay.
obviously she retired from the proceeds.
Okay, this is like the first real competition. Number 4, The Hangover Part 2.
Ugh. I mean,
Man,
they go to
this movie's-
Thailand. It ruins the authenticity of the Hangover trilogy.
The original canon.
Yes.
Thailand, Bangkok versus Chinatown. Gonna have to go with Holla, City of Squalor.
Okay, this is the big heavyweight boxing match. Love on a Leash versus The Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Oh,
Oh,
Both feature dog romance.
I exactly.
And before
Yes.
I answer that, everyone says that the movie The Shape of Water ripped this story off. Love on a Leash is
Yeah.
exact script of The Shape of Water,
Yeah.
down to like the love scenes.
Yeah. That's true.
So who copied who?
Yeah. Who copied who?
I needed riff tracks to do the Twilight Saga, and somehow I saw Love on a
same.
Leash, wondering where the riff tracks was. So
I just think it's funny that it's like two pale white women falling in love with dogs.
The whole point of the story is how badly they need the male validation.
Yeah. Vic, what about you? What are you picking?
I got games on my phone.
You got Subway Surfers in the background.
Fair. Okay. Now we're at number 2. This is another major, massive stinker. This movie grossed $352 million. Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
oh man, I just wrote an article on that. I fell asleep through Transformers. It was at the Dollar Theater, and I fell asleep through the middle part and saw the end. And honestly, I don't want to come back and correct that. So I didn't fall
Is
asleep
that the
for
one
Love
with
on a
Kelsey
Leash.
Grammer?
That's the one
You
with
know what this is gonna
with Richard
with the
Nixon.
what?
What are you saying, Vic?
I know this is gonna say something about me, but giant robots go brrr.
Yeah. I agree there. Transformers: Dark of the That's pretty crazy.
I
Alright, is that
recently
everybody?
looked up the synopsis for Dark Side of the Moon, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really? That happened? I don't remember any of this. So
I don't remember anything that happened.
that's not a good sign. Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
But
And
I'll
then
never forget
I
this
do,
movie.
however, remember Love on a Leash. So
yeah. And then finally, in number 1, the highest grossing movie for the year at a whopping $381 million, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh.
that's one of the better ones.
Well,
Yeah.
is that the one without Robert Pattinson?
Oh, yeah. Rob Franson's been long
Yes.
dead.
Okay, so no, I have to skip it.
Yeah, I don't like the ending. I'll
Yeah.
go with Love on a Leash.
Love on a Leash. You know what you're getting. You're getting love and a leash.
Vic?
Well, you know, as hard as it was to see Dobby die,
Spoilers.
Spoilers?
oh, for a 10-year-old movie. I'm sorry. Or 15-year-old.
Yeah, it's like
whatever.
Yeah, it's too old.
Yeah. Point being, no, wizards. I don't
Wizards.
care. I don't like J.K. Rowling the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Man, yeah. So because I looked at this list, and I maybe I won't bring this to every movie, but for particularly bad ones, I feel like it's super fascinating because that was harder to pick between two movies than I thought it should be.
Yeah.
I like that game though.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
We should do this again.
We should do it again.
It's like a psychological exercise.
Right.
Yeah. And in lieu of reading the other reviews, I want to read my review on Letterboxd.
Yes. Please.
Um,
What a perfect way to end it.
So, Lisa, a mild-mannered green dress saleswoman, lives in a community where men are expected to aggressively fondle anyone that piques their interest. So her only recourse is to have romantic relations with a dog who's controlled by a confetti fountain. Not Robert Pattinson's best work.
Beautiful.
Half a star.
Half a star. Did you heart it
Nice.
though? Did you put a heart on it?
Yeah.
I should have. I really should have. because this will live in my heart. Um,
This
yes.
is truly one of the moviest of all time.
And my other favorite review is, it's just like Air Bud, but the sport is sex.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Also, I feel like you should plug your letterbox while you're at it.
Movies the sequel, all one word. Whenever I feel passionate, I have to write something down, and it always has to be so sarcastic. So
Yeah.
you should read my
the sequel.
yeah. This brings out my my literary critic. But do I even, since we did the numbers thing, do I even dare say Tubi enjoyed?
We got it. We have to. It's our thing.
It's our thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna skip the whole "what part did you like" because it's so obvious from
All of it.
frame 1 to frame 0.
Every moment.
Yes. But is this to be the greatest, to be enjoyed, to be to be disposed, or to be forgotten? Anyone, please enlighten me.
Oh,
You don't want to start with me.
Vic, you gotta go.
You got to go first, Vic. I'm dying to know
Yeah.
how much you love this.
Me and my big mouth. Ivy, why? Why you made me do this? You made me do this because I have to say, to be taken out to the backside of the woodpile.
And shot.
It'll be okay, Yeller.
Does this make me a supervillain now?
No, it makes Vic a supervillain. He's going to pick like the worst movie, like Paint Drawing, to get back.
That's right. That's right.
His
I see
villain
you.
origin
I see you all
story.
with your love on a leash and your War of the Worlds and your time after time. You will rule the day. You will rue the day you ever crossed me.
All right, Adam. To be what?
If there's an option of to be dragged into the dungeon, never to see the light of day, I choose that option. But I think everyone needs to see this once, so they, if only for the reason to understand how actually to rate a movie. Because too many people are saying movies that are actually like 6.3s, 7.7s are 10s out of 10s,
Yes.
and they have no idea what a bad movie is. So they need to see this movie to understand what a 1 is.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been really peeved about that lately because I'll see TikToks that talk about like some huge high budget like Hollywood movie that was like somewhat like indie distributed.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like underwhelming. And they're like, that was such a bad like cult B movie. And it's like, you don't know.
Yeah,
you have not been in the trenches the way I have.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of other armchair critics really do need sort of, like a palate bittering. Sort of like the movie equivalent of putting a Nintendo Switch cartridge in your mouth.
Exactly.
Not a palate cleanser.
Nope.
You can't review good food if you don't know what bad food tastes like.
Exactly.
Right.
That's very wise. That is very wise, actually.
What about you, Mike?
I'm gonna say this is the Oppenheimer of dog romance.
Mike, I'm going to out you as a furry if you continue this this tangent.
This charade.
If there's ever a market for a woman being romantically entangled by her dog, we have a baseline. We have an archive to go by now. And I'm glad for whoever needs that. But if there was a review called Tubi Dissected, like this needs to be sat down with psychologists, Department of Homeland Security, because they need to see like, all right, what this is a human made this, but obviously it's a cry
Yes,
for
an
help.
elderly Chinese director. Like, is this what goes on in an elderly Chinese woman's head?
Yes. So basically, this movie is like a study in like elder care and mental health and pros and cons of communism.
Mama.
I don't know.
It's a sign.
It's
It's a sign that Bachan needs to go into the home now.
yes. But this movie is like an amazing science project, or like an amazing prank. You bring a bunch of friends, and you just put this in, and then you tell them after the movie, I've always hated you guys. I hope I got the point across.
This is how you can break up with people.
Yeah, this is a breakup movie.
Imagine if you showed up to a first date and they made you watch this.
Yes. I noticed you have the Hallmark Channel. Oh,
Thought you might like this.
yes, it's got actors from. It's
Hunt for Red October.
yeah, it's got the actor from Hunt for Red October in it.
The submarine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so not a huge fan of Homeward Bound 3. This time it's personal. So yeah, that's my answer. And Ivy, I think we got to end on you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just for the sake of the way this movie has lived in the back of my head for like 4 or 5 years, and just to commit to the bit that I've created, I gotta say Tubi the greatest.
Oh
I mean, it's at least
To be the greatest.
I would
I
say
still don't
In my
know
opinion.
what the bit is. If you are committing to a bit, you have to establish what the bit is. I don't know.
I think the bit is to anger you.
it is rage bait. No,
I
hate it here.
For other people, I would say if I can just, create a to-be experience, just exactly as, Adam and Mike said, it's just something that like, it's like a badge of honor. It's like, I survived Love on a Leash,
It's like Vietnam.
You put it on resumes when you get jobs.
I've been marked safe
Watch
from Love on a Leash.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you know dogs, they eat their own feces? And she was okay with making out with them every night? That's what I was thinking of as I'm watching this movie.
Beautiful thought.
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm sorry to be so visual, but this movie just, once it gets in your head,
Yeah.
it stays
It
there.
forces you to think about it. Like, it's not subtle.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Vic, you're next. And what fresh horrors await us? I have to say, out of all three of the last three movies, this latest one was the worst adaptation of an H.G. Wells novel.
You have to keep with the theme.
Yes. That short story about a girl falling in love with her dog did not sell as well.
If we could bring H.G. Wells forward in time on his time machine and he saw this movie, he would tear up War of the Worlds. Because he could never write something as horrifying.
around and be like, 100 years ago, I was a monster. Today, I'm an amateur. Whatever.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, I love you guys, and I couldn't. This is why it's so hard because I love watching these movies just so I can talk to you. That's why every 5 seconds I had to go on our DMs and just say, guys, I'm in pain. Help me through this. I don't know how you guys made it through the movie. I had to watch it in 3 sets just to get through it. But
It was my third watch.
yes.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
But I'm ready, and I hope you guys, part of our faithful family, are ready for the next thing. If you can't stomach this free movie, at least go to Ralph the Movie Maker. He just goes through bit by bit, and
Yeah.
he even talks about the one fart noise they added.
We didn't even talk about that.
That had to be the one part of the movie I actually enjoyed. Just the stock sound of a.
It was just
being
the
stuck in there.
stockiest stock.
And it wasn't
fart
even
noise.
from the dog.
Yeah,
It was not from a dog.
which is crazy.
All right. Well, anyways, thank you for joining us. And yes, it's as long as Tubi keeps pumping these out, we're not going to stop. So, so get ready.
Speak for yourself.
Get ready when Vic picks Casablanca. No.
Casablanca, but it's all sock puppets.
Yeah.
Oh, you would be so lucky. You would be so lucky.
Anywho, I've been Mike.
I'm Adam.
My name is Alvin Flang.
I'm Vin, and I still don't know what the bit is.
Thank you for joining us. You're so handsome. You must come from good upbringing.
Don't watch these films unless you are guided. Join us for some to be decided. Don't watch the greatest movies on streaming TV. It's easy, fun, and absolutely free. Don't watch these films unless you are guided. Join us for some